Villainous bunch, the bad villainous bunch, the bad villainous bunch. They cause trouble. There they go. There they go. Hey! The bad villainous bunch. The bad villainous bunch. The bad villainous bunch. They're mad and bad and dangerous. Bad villainous bunch. Hey!
Welcome to the Bad Villainous Bunch Show. As you can tell by the title, today as you can tell by the title today, we are going back to the basics. Well, there are basics to as you probably know, there are basics to be bad. Now, you guys may know this because, well, I know you guys have been hanging out with Chucky and his useless friends again. But today is today's the day. Well, maybe for some kind of ordinary day. Not sure. Not your average day, that is. But anyways, you may know so everyone, as you guys may know, as you guys may know, um, so so anyways, there are basics of being bad. Today's lesson is all about the basics about being bad here. So there are a lot of things. Somehow, So, as you may know, there are basics about being bad. And you got to be rude. You got to be mean. And you got to be not nice. Not only that, but it's going to take a lot of dedication and something like that, or probably it's going to take lots of dedication to be the to be bad. You have lots of common points right now. At this point, you got lots of common points. At this rate, you got lots of common points about being bad. Well, if you want to be bad, you have to be rude. Being rude equals being bad. And if you're bad, and we got 4 people watching. Here, all right, everyone. These are the basics about being bad. So pay attention, take some notes, but mostly don't be mature or an idiot, because you will end up being one. It may be you. Okay, number 1, being rude. Being rude is a part of being bad, because when you're asking for something, you might respond to no, or no. Wait, how would I put this? Let's just say you're you're walking in the playground, and the kid asks you, no. You are walking in the playground, and you're eating ice cream on a hot summer's day, and then the kid walks up and says, "Hey, can I have some ice cream?" And then you will respond to, and your response will be, "No, get your own ice cream, stupid." Now that's being rude. And that's how you be bad. That's the first part of being bad. Second one, being mean. Being mean is probably one of, of the most things about being bad. If you're mean to someone, that's being bad. If you're mean to your sisters, that's being bad. If you're mean to everyone in the whole world, especially your friends and ancestors, or sisters or brothers or parents or moms and dads, whatever, that's being bad. And there's more where this will, and there's more to this where it comes from. When you're bad, you're bad. But when you're good, you're good. And you do not want to be good. You always want to be bad. Like us. Just take the risks of your life. Don't let no one stop you from your plan or evilness. Which we're not, well, maybe evil is not on our top 10. But who cares anyway? Anyways, the next thing about being bad is that you need some. The next thing about being bad is you need to. Not now, Cam. I'm busy demonstrating right now. You need to. Let's see. You need to. If I know it for sure, you need to. You need to get upset at someone. That's part of being bad. You get upset at anyone. And the reason you if you get upset at someone, that's being bad. And that's the truth. Being upset is the worst thing about being bad. Well, okay, maybe not. But take Wendy. Next thing about being bad is being spoiled. Well, yeah, spoiled. Now, you may know the only member of the Bad Villainous bunch who is so spoiled, that's Wendy Cutie Pie Koopa. And what? And let me tell you, she is so spoiled that she gets everything what she wanted. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. Being spoiled is one thing about being a villain. Or, I mean, bad. That is. Well, anyways. If you're spoiled, if you were like Wendy, you will always get everything that you wanted. Right? True. And to make matters and to make it even more bad, you can just shove something. Well, you can just if someone says no, then you'll take it, all right. You'll just steal it. And that's what's about. And that's what's all. And that is part of being bad. You take things. Do you see that? Everybody knows that being bad can take a lot of responsibility. And it is. You do not want anyone to you do not want anyone to ruin it for you. Do ya? Next thing about being bad is pranking someone. You might know now we all know Stephen Gavin, right? The troublemaking prankster. Our resident prankster fellow. Oh, yeah. He he's a troublemaker. And being a troublemaker is part of is part of being bad. When you're a troublemaker, what do? You cause trouble, of course. And the best thing about and the best thing about being a troublemaker, you cause trouble every day. And it's true. And we all know troublemakers are the best at being bad. If you're now, then the only thing I know, one of the most things I know about being bad is bullying. Bullying is a bad thing. And that's good. Because when you're bad, because when you're a bully, you're bad. Always, always you gotta pick on someone. Some people would say, pick on somebody your own size. You can just respond to them by saying, oh yeah, you won't, and somehow you won't give a Neptune's name that you, yes you, I'm talking to you, who's watching this right now. You are the only one. We know that you can do this because you are, because we, because you are a bill. If you were a villain, if you were a bully, you would, you don't. You just want to make sure that you get enough space to everyone. Next one about another thing about being the villain is being wicked. Now, you would say Nefaria is the wicked fairy. Exactly. And you, now being wicked And now being wicked is part of being bad. Or you would use this as a or at least some people would say it in Australia or UK, whatever language, whatever that means. In I don't know which country it is though. But I would say one thing. I would say one thing. What I would say will hurt someone's pride. Every time. Now, everyone knows that if villains are relatively in danger, what would you do? Did you let it give up on your don't you let it give it up on your side or anything. But anyways, when it comes to being bad, you have to be very, 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 very evil. Now that's one thing about being bad. Think of it as an evil villain. That's what you would. If you're an evil villain, then you will be like a mad scientist or a super villain or either of those. Because being bad is definitely the only thing to become it. Uh, and to be fair, it is. Without doubt, there's there's no there's no explanation though about why. Now, some many guys would say, now all of you guys now some of you guys may say, RJ, why is being bad so important? Well, I'm glad you asked. If you're being bad is fun, being bad is great, being bad is definitely good. You cannot trust the angel either. Always trust a devil or someone. Besides, you got a devil inside of you. In fact, you got a devil. There's a devil inside of us. And you know what? It was true. And it's true. We all got the devil inside of us. And with one thing about being bad is RJ Beagle, go have definitely would definitely have nothing and nothing to do with that. So you see, people, both and with that, and so my friend, and so my villainous bunch, my villainous students of all, take responsibility. Be a villain. Don't be like an idiot, like TNT Stevenson. I mean, I meant to say Stupidson. Don't be an idiot like TNT Stupidson, or nice like any all of the Noggin 4 Kids TV members. But you know, but always, and I mean always, take and always listen to what the and also listen to what the devil says. Also, you might as well. And also, one thing: don't tell your parents your real identity because that will ruin it. That will ruin it. It will. No, I'm not kidding. But this is the first time that we ever had. So as you can plainly see, my villainous bunch. So as you can plainly see, hold on, are we forgetting something? Let me see. What else is part of being a villain? Of course, jealousy. Oh yes, the most important thing about being bad. And let's not forget the only thing: revenge. Yes. Ah yes, revenge. The only way to be a villain is getting revenge. Now, how would you get revenge? How do you get revenge, you may ask? Well, when you get revenge on someone, you always had to, you know, when somebody's ruining your day, you wish that it would stop. Well, getting revenge on someone is the best thing to do. Because, meh, well, now, now, if you have revenge, if you took on revenge for yourself, what would you do? Would you just accept that the fact that you're a jerk? No, you'll just be proud that you did it because revenge will solve any problem, especially yours. Because when you get revenge on someone, you will feel proud. At this point, it'll make you feel so proud that you can tell Eddie Murphy to to screw it to screw it off. And you know what? You can't listen. You can't blame. But hey, wait. This is only just the beginning. This is just be. This is just only the best part. Now, the world will think. that we decided to do this. But we didn't do this by ourselves. We didn't do it because it's bad. We didn't do this because it's bad. We did this because it is bad. And that's what it's all about. When you're bad, you're bad. And when you're not bad, you're not bad. You get the difference here? Don't anyone guess the difference? Do you? Do you? Do you guys? Because, you know, if you do get the difference, then you do get the difference. We're not the difference, we are the difference. Because, true. Just be positive and true. Obviously. Because the more villains, because, so people, it has come today. So, with that being said, you can be whether you're a bad guy or a villain or a troublemaker, we know you can. I know that you can do this. Yes, it may take a few tries, but we know that. But I know that you can do it. That's why I chose you. You're the reason. You're the reason why that you'll be the most villainous bunch. You'll be the most best villain out of all villains in the whole world. So yeah, that's gonna be today's lesson. Mhm. You can get back. I'm not sure. What's that? Clean up man. So, you guys all get it. I don't know what's going on over there, but something tells me that there might be there might be a problem. But anyways, yes. But yes, as I was saying, be a villain, be bad, and forget what the others said. Now, hmm, sounds like Stephane is testing out. Sounds like Stephane is testing out his symbols. You know, for the next rock and roll show.
is Omelette, also known as Eggette. Have you ever misread Sprite Art before? I know I have. So has Black Book Alpha. You see, there's this boss in Sonic Mania where Eggman pilots his spider machine upside down. It's a fun and innovative fight. Black Book Alpha saw this upside down Eggman and saw something a little different. A small head with a big hairdo, and thus Omelette was born. After Black Book Alpha made a viral Twitter post with some original artwork of this new created character, Omelette became immediately popular and was imagined by fans as Eggman's heir and daughter, with lots of fan art popping up showing their cute dynamic and showing Omelette in different Eggman outfits. She went viral, reported on by a bunch of websites, and she became an instant staple of the fandom, cropping up in all manner of fan projects like Sonic for Hire. She's since been a little outdone though after the arrival of Sage, who's almost like a canon version of Omelette. But I still think Omelette has one of the cutest and most fun designs.
Okay. All right, everyone. All right, ton in the stream. Well, thank you so much, and that's gonna be it for this lesson. Hopefully, you guys learned something. So, in other words, we'll see you next time on the Bad Villainous Bunch Show.